welcome to Malazan Maniacs. My only question, I feel like the only plot hole in this section is, how is Onos Tulan 300,000 years old and he isn't rich yet?
Boom, I can already hear the guitar riff
right?
in my head.
My name is Danilo. I've read 10 books of the Fallen, and now officially one novel of the Malazan Empire.
Whoa.
I finished Knight of Knives recently, about the night of Kellanvet and Dancer's assassination. Very exciting.
Wow. My name is Mac. I have read four and a half books of the Fallen, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. I'm Sarah. I've read 1/2 of one book of the Fallen.
I'm Shelby. I've read 4/7 of one book of the Fallen, the first book.
Our fraction queen. So this week we are reading Gardens of the Moon. We read book 3, The Mission, in which it is one woman's mission to possibly unleash something horrible, and one young man's mission to stay in a hotel room and seem kind of important. So initial reactions, thoughts to this section, The Mission.
Well, my first reaction was, oh, and then
Shelby's sounds segment.
And then it went, huh, and then it was, and then at the end it was,
Okay. We've maybe had some backwards movement in terms of Shelby's engagement.
Maybe a
and
little.
the sound that she's been making. Okay, interesting. Anything specific?
Well, we went back to our old cast of characters, and I'm confused again. I'm tired of being confused.
Yeah.
So that was unfortunate. There's a lot of talk about military strategy in this part. And I'm going to be honest, I had to look at the map so many times, and I was like, why am I even looking at this map? I don't think it matters. So
You'd be correct. You're like, where's Apple?
and
Not on there.
I spent
It's
a
not
lot
on there, and
of
who cares?
unnecessary time looking at a map for a world that doesn't exist this week. So that was my reaction.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I was like, okay, yeah. And I also, just officially, I'm not going to take it all back, but I am going to take back a little bit of what I said about book 2, because what I realized, I think the prologue is actually the introduction, and book 1 is the prologue, and the book actually starts with book 2.
Ooh.
And when I was like, okay, so if I think of it like that, then it makes sense, because it's like, here's all of this preliminary information and world building, but then the story starts here. And then I was like, okay, so book 2 is not so bad. It's actually kind of fun. And like, it's cool that the fate of everything is in this little thief's hands or whatever. But so I liked this section. I think there's some good character stuff happening and a lot of mystery.
Some funny puppet stuff.
Hilarious.
Legendary puppet stuff.
Hilarious puppet stuff. He's coming in and out of a portal throwing fireballs.
It is interesting you say
hardcore.
that about, because it feels like all the stuff in Pale sort of doesn't matter and sort of is just an introduction to all the stuff that's happening in Darujistan. So it's interesting for you to say, like, oh, it sort of starts in Darujistan and the rest is sort of, we're honing in on this thing.
Yeah,
I
it's like
see
just
that.
showing the scale of the thing and like how big the world really is, so that you're like have that in your mind, and then it's like, but this is what we're going to be doing.
I will say the stakes are pretty high. Like, I'm like, oh my God, we have to think about these crazy gods and how insignificant everything is. And you're supposed to like test your fate against a god. I do think that concept has been very interesting to like wrap my head around.
Like the gods and all that stuff.
Well, and just like how mortality works and how insignificant and small you are. But also you do have the power to like kill a god. And it's just like the stakes seem so wild compared to other fantasy books that I've read. So this is like, you're starting to see like where this could lead to.
Interesting.
I think this is where I'm starting to say, okay, I get where the plot is starting to go.
It does feel like book 3, The Mission, is sort of when starts feeling more like a real book.
Yeah.
Where the first 2 parts are like, oh my God, stuff, blah, blah. And then here you're like, okay, there's characters and they have motivations and like stuff's brewing and you sort of know and you sort of don't. And
I had to look at the map a lot, but I didn't have to look at the character page list names so
That's
much.
awesome.
That's good. That's good.
Wait,
And
do
there's
the
some new
cheering, do the
people.
cheering, do the cheering.
Yeah. Oh, Mac, turn it off.
It's gonna go for a long. It's gonna go for a long time.
It goes
We have a
on and on.
soundboard, and yeah, we're remembering to use it now.
We get to meet Caladan Brood. In
Yeah,
this section.
he's so cool.
Caladan Brood gets to chat it up with his homie Crone.
Whoa.
Well, Mac, what did you think of this section?
I mean, I love it, man. Onos Too Long is hanging out.
I know we get our intro to Onos Too Long.
Onos Too Long is
I
creeping
think
in the
one of my
ground.
favorite character introductions in a book ever. He just like reaches his hand out of the ground, and then he's like this terrifying zombie, and then he's like, "What?" And what?
I think he's cute.
Yeah, he's like shy.
It's so I love how you say that after it is like one of the most gruesome deaths ever. He ate literally shish kebabs of human man on his giant sword, and you're like, "Aw."
Oh, he's
so
shy.
With all the deaths that have already happened in the book, I think I'm getting numb to it. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna die in some weird, horrific
Yeah.
way. It might as well be by a cutie.
But I love
Instead of a crazy quid pro quo with the bug people.
Yeah.
Imagine you're just a normal person and you're like, okay, so you're one of the 18,000 people who are getting executed because of the Moranth hate you.
and I love Talk the Younger. And I'm happy when he gets to hang out and eat dinner, which is really great for Talk because he was probably hungry. I mean, just like imagine
Oh my god.
how hungry you would be. There's also some pretty fun stuff where when he makes good decisions, his eye stops itching, and when he makes bad decisions, his eye starts itching again.
That's fun.
Which is silly.
They do decant their wine, so I do have
They do.
great respect for it. Like, I was so thrilled to read that there was a decanter on the table. Oh my god.
They're
Show
laughing.
us
Talk
flag in
about
the
world
wine.
building.
Some of them are laughing, some of them are claws, some of them are generals, some of them did a pogrom to somebody's family. They all sort of have
They have a lot in
vibe
common.
there. Yeah.
They're all on the same side, but they all hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing I'm sure we'll get I know we're gonna go into
No.
specifics, but like in this
Bye, everyone. See you next week.
yeah, that's it. All right, good show. This section made it really obvious. Like everybody is sort of working against each other, even when they're on the same team a little bit, and like nobody really like Whiskey Jack is like fighting against Animander Ray, kind of, even though morally they're pretty aligned, but it's like they're on different sides or whatever. And then they're also against Shadow Throne, who's also against the god Opon. And then they're also against Caladan Brood, who I thought was working with Animander Rake, but maybe not. Maybe like they are, but also working against each other.
Maybe
versus
they're
the
like
Empress.
frenemies. They seem sort of like frenemies.
So it's like there's just a lot of teams.
And they've all been alive for like 5,000 years, so they have this crazy history with each
Except
other.
for Perrin, Thanos, who's been alive for
Perrin is painfully 19.
Yeah.
He is acutely 19.
How bad do you want to be distracted? Whatever it
I
is.
love him.
Or how tired are you?
Yeah, how tired are you really?
What if he was
For you
like,
guys.
oh, I'm pretty tired.
Oh, Perrin.
I gotta hit the hay, pal.
I hope
Perrin.
Perrin has a girthy, worthy rod.
Sword.
I knew they were talking about that kind of sword. I
Blade.
knew
and I
it.
don't think he
Chance?
leaves
Hello,
those
hello.
things up to chance.
No.
Hello.
He is a genetically modified super penis. When he was sitting there polishing Chance, he was masturbating. He was sitting there masturbating.
Yeah,
Steve,
Opon.
We know.
Yeah, Opon gave him 100% success rate. No luck with the draw on that one. Anyway, let's dive in.
Well, let's dive in.
Let's dive in. We have chapter 8. We have Whiskey Jack and the Bridge Burners have been deployed on their mission, and immediately Whiskey Jack says, so we're not doing it that way because the adjunct's trying to kill us, but we are going to try to get into Darujistan by paddling across the lake. And then he asks everyone, has anyone ever been on a boat before? And they all say no.
That's
we
crazy.
don't know how to row.
It's
not hard. Here's the good news. Like, there's sorcery, there's like crazy battles, there's assassinations. If you can shoot an arrow, you could probably row a boat. So the good news is that's
true.
True.
if that's their biggest conflict in this chapter,
They're
I
gonna be
was like,
fine.
you'll figure it out. It will be okay.
I love the their plan is again to just dig a tunnel under the city. And they're like, okay, I thought we were doing it again. It worked.
Last
time it worked.
At Pale, almost all of us died. But this time
it can't
it
happen
can't go
again.
wrong.
Can't happen twice, right?
No.
The only thing we can do is fight in face-to-face combat or dig a tunnel.
Two wrongs make a right.
If it happens again, I'll give you my deck of dragons, buddy. That's what I bet on.
But Whiskey Jack talks to one of the Moranth soldiers. We actually talk with a Moranth. They're not actually bug people, but they're people who present as bugs.
Yeah, bug armor.
The Moranth, I don't know if we get his name, do we? The Moranth's name?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But he calls Whiskey Jack bird that steals.
Boy, and I highlighted that big time.
Oh, because it's got the word bird in it.
I'll tell you
what,
did.
that's a theme.
So what do you think of that name? Tell me what you think.
So I Googled something. Apparently, Whiskey Jack is a nickname for the Canadian Jay, which is known for like stealing things or like getting stuff from people or something like in real life, which I thought was really fun. I don't think that means anything in the book, but I thought that was really fun.
I bet that was intentional.
Because I Googled Whiskey Jack and it was like character in Malazan Empire, nickname for the Canadian Jay. I'm like, that's interesting.
I thought about that for a long time because I'm like, okay, so what is that? What could that possibly mean? Like, what are they talking about? Bird that steals. And like in an empire, here, I wrote it down here. So birds, like, we're in this empire, freedom is at an all-time low. And birds, like, they have a power that we don't have. So like they're sort of a symbol of freedom. And that is the antithesis of empire. And Whiskey Jack is sort of like, he feels a little bit like Robin Hood, and he's like stealing freedom for his men. And like, you know what I mean? And it's like, I know that I'm on, like, they're out to get me. And
borrowed time.
I'm on borrowed time, but I'm going to like steal one more day or like steal a little more freedom for my guys.
Or steal the heart of the reader.
Yeah, you get the sense he's really looking after his guys.
Yeah, he's a guy forward man.
And
as I think more men need to be.
Yeah.
I think more men need to go in the military and just like defend their guys at all costs.
He's a good example. They're boys.
Not enough men are hanging out with the boys, you know?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I have to go to get a Barris to defend Malazan oil interests now.
So we learn that the Moranth aren't just, they are sort of cold-blooded and bloodthirsty, but apparently it's deserved. They have culled 18,739 people from Pale. They've purged them, one for each Moranth that is a victim of the Pale's attacks towards the Moranth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is interesting.
It is, because it's like there's like that guys? Reciprocity.
Is it
thing?
The bug people?
Right. They're bug forward people. We got a guy forward man and bug forward people. But like the
this wine is pretty good. It's a little bug forward.
This flying dragonfly transport is really bug forward.
I don't know if there are good guys. I think they're all. I mean,
everyone's complicated.
I think
that's the point of the series. I'll tell you.
Really? There's not going to be one guy, and you're like, oh wow, that guy's the best one.
It's probably Paran. Like everybody in the whole
I
book.
think it's Krupp.
I mean, it's probably Whiskey Jack.
Yeah.
You
think it's Krupp, huh?
The morality is
I think
layered.
Krupp's the good guy.
So they're trying to disguise themselves as fishermen, and Whiskey Jack is like, anyone know how to fish? And Sari says, I used to, which is very ominous and very
She's
funny.
Supposed to be 14 or whatever.
So I loved that so much. That's so funny. She's still one of my favorite characters for how crazy
this
she
whole
is.
section Whiskey Jack is constantly stiffening or starting. He's just like
he's like Kramer.
He should be scared.
I know how to fish.
Do we know why they're in, like, they possessed this girl's body? Do we know why?
We still don't really know.
Okay. I didn't think
There's discussion of it later, but it's still not 100% certain.
I do like that they were all sitting in the boat and that one guy tried to push it in the water and then they couldn't do it.
Trotz is doing all that fucking
because
work.
they preloaded it. That's
They
so
pranked
funny.
him.
They pranked him.
And Whiskey Jack was like, I do not stand for bullying.
Yeah.
I am anti-bullying.
Although
that was cute.
watching soldiers bully each other is very funny.
I thought that
It's
was
always
pretty
very
It's always very fun. Quick Ben checks in with our favorite mad puppet, Hairlock.
Hairlock.
Inside the Warren of Chaos.
That was fun to
Hairlock starts talking to himself and pulls out a tiny little knife and starts walking towards Quick Ben. Which I think it means everything's fine and normal and good.
Where do you think he got the little knife? Do you think that was at
the puppet,
his puppet body?
Puppet Walmart.
Puppet Walmart?
No background checks for knives at Puppet Walmart.
I like in this part they've been referring to Hairlock as a he, and then there's a moment where like Hairlock is thinking out loud, or Quick Ben can read his thoughts or whatever, and he says the wizard held his breath as Hairlock continued, its eyes fixed on the clouds below, and they call him an it, not a he, because he's going crazy.
They're at a place in the Warren of Chaos called the Spar of Andi.
I did notice that, and I
there's like
wonder
roiling clouds and stuff. And then Kick Ben punts him off of the Spar of Andi.
So funny.
And he falls.
And he falls through the. It's like a cartoon moment.
I like a picture as Pinocchio going down in Shrek, and he gets all tangled up when he's trying to rescue with the 3 blind mice.
And are we gonna figure out who Quick Ben really is? Because you know, no. I want to know. He's got to be somebody in disguise.
Benjamin. It's Ben Franklin.
No, oh my gosh.
Canonically Ben Franklin. We will eventually find out more about Quick Ben as the series progresses. But Quick Ben comes back, talks with Whiskey Jack and Kalam, and proposes some sort of plan. We don't know, but it leaves them both
says,
shaken.
I have a plan that you're going to hate. And Whiskey Jack's like, let's hear it.
I don't think in the whole series Quick Ben ever says, here's a plan that is awesome and you're all going to love and is going to work. It's like there's a 50% chance we all die in a fiery explosion.
This is how,
but we don't know what the
plan
plan
anyway,
is.
That's how fast Benjamin rocks.
True. Something else I liked about this chapter is Steven Erikson is good at knowing what's interesting and what we can cut out. Because they talk about Tattersail a little bit between Hairlock and Quick Ben, and we learn that she's recovering. Because, that was we don't know what's going on with her until this moment. And I was like, yeah, this is good because I don't need to see her recovering. You can just give me a check-in to show me that she's okay. And then also same with the plan just before we go to Quick Ben, Whiskey Jack is like, okay, everybody listen and pay attention or we won't come out of this alive. And there's a ... And so it's oh, you don't get to hear the plan. You'll probably just see it later. And I was like, this is fun. I don't need to know. You don't have to do the boring stuff. He's good at skipping the boring stuff.
Which is funny. I think that happens several times throughout the series, specifically with Quick Ben, where you hear he has a plan and then you don't hear what the plan is. And it almost always happens with Quick Ben, I feel.
How fun for the reader.
And then the next time you see him, they're mid-plan.
And then there's tension because you sort of forget there's a plan because a bunch of other crazy bone people show up.
I was
and you
going
have
to
to
say,
learn
I
about them.
forgot there was a plan, so I'm glad we're talking about this. That's so funny.
So now we move on to chapter 9. And I'm going to read the lay of Onos Tulan right now. Have you seen the one who stands apart, cursed in a ritual, sealing his kind, beyond death, the host amassed and whirling like a plague of pollen? He stands apart, the first among all, ever veiled in time, yet outcast and alone, a Tlan Imas, wandering like a seed unfallen.
That's the coolest thing.
By Tok the Younger.
Tok can write some poetry,
Tok spitting bars.
And he's up to something, but that's later. Isn't it? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. It's right now. It's Tok the Younger.
Yeah, but Tok the Younger is looking for Adject Lorne here.
Yeah. But overall, I think he's got a different plan.
Yeah, so now we catch up with Tok the Younger. He's back in Pale, or I guess outside Pale. He's trying to connect with Adjunct Lorne, who should have been back a couple days ago.
Adjunct Lorne, what do you do for work? Tell me about your childhood.
What's your LinkedIn?
Adjunct Lorne, damn, what's that LinkedIn?
You're trying to connect with her on LinkedIn?
Fuck yeah.
Slide into her LinkedIn
What's
DMs?
this gap on your resume before you were the adjunct? Tok the Younger finds some bodies that are dead. And
dead bodies, someone said.
Yeah, dead bodies. And he tracks them. Tok not only good at poetry, also good at tracking, also good at shooting a bow and arrow.
Not awesome at depth perception, unfortunately.
True. That was recently. I don't know if this has ever explicitly been said, but I believe he lost his eye at the Battle of Pale.
Oh, really?
Oh, so it was recent.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
that
like
would
just
suck.
that's why it's like still scratchy and
And my Dujek is like, boy, you look weird.
and I
It's like, well, yeah,
That's too bad.
I've always known you to have 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, there was a big
yeah,
fight.
it's not super spoily, but I think it's some magic hit him weird in the eye, and so there's stuff with him and seeing and
Well, he
maybe
does
like
say
his
that.
eye. There's like something going on
does.
with it.
He
Oh,
does
maybe
make
his
mention
eye
to
is
that.
somewhere else and it's seeing everything that's going on.
That
Maybe
would
his
be so
eye is
cool.
writing poetry
I was
in
gonna say,
another's
I
town.
don't know
Yeah.
where he's finding the time to write these poems, so I have to assume it's the eye.
He's using voice to text.
Yeah, on
On his
LinkedIn.
It
phone.
says Chat
On
GPT,
LinkedIn.
Chat GPT, write me the lay of Onos Toulon.
Time to post my Monday
Okay,
LinkedIn
let's have
poem.
some fun with this.
Well, doesn't he say something? He's
You
like,
love
some
bone people, and that's great.
He says some people, some
When you,
soldiers
like,
say
lose
when you
an
lose a
eye.
sight, it opens. You lose your eye, it opens your sight in a different way. But he has not found that to be true, which is all but saying like he's
One
probably going
day.
to find that to be
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
I think he's experiencing it without knowing it.
And so we cut to Lorne and 2 remaining Malazans fighting on an ancient barrow against some. They're Rivi, right?
They're
I don't know
bargasts.
what
Or are they
They are.
Barghasts?
And can you remind me what a barghast is? That a giant?
Barghasts are humanoid race. They're big and buff. They have tattoos, and I think one of their distinctive features they have like sharpened teeth.
It's like
Oh,
a
like
biker.
You
So
can see. Does it say
trots.
bargast on there somewhere anywhere?
It's I
They
see
ride
it right there.
motorcycles. They hang out in gangs. They like to
Oh
go
yeah,
to
the
bars.
bargast. And the book doesn't dive too much into
They
this.
just-
They all ride
They
motorcycles.
do ride motorcycles. They
Hell
ride
yeah.
awesome
Oh, so they're
hogs.
cool as fuck.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really cool.
They ride
They're
awesome
pretty
hogs.
Tattoos, sharp teeth, drink
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Yeah.
Oh my God! They'll have a couple Bud Lights on the motorcycle. No hands, just
Yeah.
driving it.
You ever have a Barghast light on the highway
Oh my
on your
God.
hog?
I'm not
Oh
living
my
without
God,
my
a bargas light on
light.
my hog. Oh my!
Driving
God.
to Sturgis for the weekend.
for the weekend.
Yeah, it's called it's Sturgis Bike Weekend, famous.
Lauren, we're going to Sturgis. You're invited. Tool, you made it.
Yeah, but it's sort of a last stand situation. Lauren is like, I'm gonna die, and it's very cinematic. The guy is like about to stab her, and then a bone arm comes from underground, grabs his leg, shatters it, and a huge obsidian sword comes up and impales this guy.
It's a
and
flint
he dies.
sword.
Oh, flint.
Flint.
Yes, sorry,
Flint.
a flint sword.
It's not a Minecraft.
And just to clarify for the listeners, what is a flint sword?
I mean, I believe.
A sword made of flint?
Flint.
I
So
mean,
like you've
yeah.
seen those like flint arrowheads.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Okay,
like
okay,
it's like that, where it's like a carved stone sword. It's made of flint, and
What
so the
I'm-
edge is really sharp. But it's also magic because they're undead, so it's indestructible.
An indestructible flint sword for
Yeah.
campfires.
That is
Oh,
like
that's
I see.
awesome.
like preternaturally razor sharp.
Yeah.
Like, flint is it's like a stone sword, but it's super sharp. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to find a picture, but all of them are shitty.
I'm going to tell you, I'm learning that you got to start paying attention to the swords. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm keeping a
Yeah.
catalog
Good.
I mean,
for
this
my Etsy shop.
it's proof. Steven Erickson, archaeologist, anthropologist.
He
He's like,
likes
what
his
if those
tools.
arrowheads were giant swords?
He loves his tools.
There's also a
Swordologist.
cool-
his tools.
Loves his
Oh.
tools.
Well, and so
I
this
didn't
is
mean to do
where
that.
we are introduced to Onos Toulon, our first Tilan Imas. Now, we'd heard the words Tilan Imas before, but now what did our first-time readers, what did you think of finally finding out what a Tilan Imas is?
What did we think it was originally?
Well, they're just
Never
referred to
know.
as like this
Undead.
part of the Emperor's army.
Oh, I thought it was a zombie.
Thought it was a zombie,
Yeah.
which that's sort of what it is.
yeah, I also
But this
said
is
that.
way cooler.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah.
much cooler zombie.
Yeah,
A dust zombie with a flint sword
yeah.
for campfires and barbecues and skewering.
Adjunct Lorne, the green egg is holding at 4:55. The brisket is coming along nicely.
Adjunct Lauren, we only have 18 more hours until it'll be melt in your mouth.
Yeah, I liked him. He was it's so cool. I mean, how can it not be the coolest thing you've ever heard? Because he literally goes, this is just what it says. The head creaked as the Amas looked down at its feet, exploring, It said quietly in a voice born of stones and dust. Hello?
He's
the
just
coolest thing
He's
ever.
so
Yeah.
cute. He's just, I'm exploring.
I'm just exploring.
Meanwhile, he just eviscerated a human being.
Yeah.
I'm just exploring.
I'm just looking around.
just
And then
walking.
she's like, what's your name? And he like starts going through his whole entire personal history.
Onos Tulan, once of the Terad clan of the Logros Tulan. I was birthed in the autumn of the bleak year, the 9th son to the clan wedded as a warrior in the 6th Jaga War. Enough, Lauren said.
That is how I feel with a lot of the phrases in this book. Enough. We get it. Okay.
But it's just so it's
Well,
like,
'cause
okay. you're
Tool
cute.
immediately starts info dumping. Oh, so Onos Tulan, Lauren gives him the nickname Tool, which is very cute. And Tool is like, I like that name. I
fuck
accept
with
that
that.
name.
I need a new name anyway.
As
so
if,
I
if
might
he
as well
said
take that.
no, she was going to stop calling him that. No, I prefer Eric.
Tool starts info dumping about the Tlani Mas. We learned a bunch of stuff, like how they are 300,000 years old.
That's old.
That's
I
pretty
think that's
old.
the oldest character in the book so far.
Not quite.
You think the crow's older?
Well, we'll get to it.
Oh, Opon, I guess. Maybe the gods are pretty
Oh,
old. Oh,
the
no, because there's
gods-
the
I mean,
elder
the
god.
gods
The
are-
elder
yeah.
god.
But they don't really count.
I don't think they count.
I don't think we get all that info dump stuff now
About what?
about the Tlani Mas. We do learn about Lauren's Otodral sword,
Yeah.
which is, we learn Otodral is an anti-magic matter. Lauren has a sword that is
And
anti-magic.
thank
but
God. I mean, you're going to need one of those in this world. You know what I
Right.
mean? There was no Ototral. That would be a tough go of it, especially for the mage hunting
right.
right hand of the father.
But then
She's Jesus.
But then we learn it doesn't work on the Tlani Mas Warren. So maybe
Ooh.
it's just anti-magic on some magic.
Because is the Talani Mas magic like considered elder magic?
I think that's the implication.
So
where-
then the Otod.
And that info dump is just later. It's the last section after they leave again. When
Yeah.
It's just the two of them.
What's tricky about those info dumps is they're still confusing. So I didn't
Yeah.
you're like, I get that this is probably important for how the world works, but I don't get any of it. So
Yeah.
this was the chapter where I'm like, I'm trying to piece together the magic system. And I know we've talked in the past about it's kind of nice that it's open-ended, but
Mhm.
I've learned I don't like an open-ended magic system. I would really rather you just tell me how it works so that I can picture
What
how
part of it are you
the
confused
strategy.
by?
I think all of it. How did I get a Warren? I get that there's lots of different Warrens, but all of the exceptions are starting
Yeah.
to feel
Yeah.
really silly because okay, so then nothing matters.
No, I guess that makes total sense. I feel that. I think when I first read that, I felt that too, where you learn that it's this open ended and Warrens and you pull on them and but also there are rules where there's anti magic works on this but not on this, and these are the Elder Warrens and so it's sort of we said there's no rules, but also there seem to sort of be
Well,
rules.
some
So
rules,
I get
yeah.
that a little bit.
But a Totoro works on the magic that all the regular human beings do.
Yeah, if you see a crazy guy doing magic, maybe a Totterl doesn't work on the crazy guy.
Because there's old magic.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to work on Hairlock?
Well, I don't know because he's
maybe.
been using the
Maybe
Warren of
he's
Chaos.
messing
so-
around with this crazy
Is
And
stuff.
they
that
talk
an
about
Elder Warren?
when they talk about chaos is like the space in between all the
OG
Warrens.
Warren.
So maybe Otodral doesn't work on Hairlock. We don't know.
Oh,
We don't know.
Man,
We
you're
don't
gonna need
know.
one of those flint swords.
But before we get to that, we have some dinner.
Oh,
I love
yes.
dinner.
Talk and Lauren get to Pale. Talk gives her all the updates about everything that's happened in Pale. Dujek and Tashrin are going at it at each other.
well, he's like, Dujek meets them at the gate, and Lauren is like, "Good job, soldier of the second." And Dujek's like, "We know he's an assassin.
We know he's a
chill.
claw.
You can
Everyone
be-
knows he's a
yeah."
claw.
I love that part.
Wait.
But we like him. He's funny. We fuck with him. He writes beautiful poems.
He just has one eye. That's so funny.
He writes poetry about a guy we don't know.
A guy that turns to dust.
Don't we go to Captain Perrin first before they're actually in Pale?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I skipped over that. Yeah, Tattersail awakes from her coma, and her and Perrin talk about what happened. And Perrin we learned, can't really remember much about being at Hood's Gate, even though we do, because we're the readers.
It's so crazy how that works.
And Perrin is like, what do you mean the bridge burners lab? I'm supposed to be in charge of that. But that means Sari is with them. I've just been so bored in this hotel room.
There's a part later I think is really funny where it just says Tattersall waved her hands over him and he's like, "You're invisible." I was like, is that a lie? Just to make him feel better?
To make him shut up.
You're invisible now. I'm going to start doing that to people who bug me at work. Oh, you're invisible. Nobody can interact with you for the rest of the day.
No, make me visible. Make me visible.
You're invisible.
No.
I think it's funny through this whole section, parents trying to keep up so hard, but at some point he's like, I think she was lying. And at some point he reaches a point where he's like, I don't know, guys.
I'm in over my head.
I really don't know what's happening. Can someone tell me what's happening?
He
sends
is
a
lost.
messenger that he is over his head. That's like, I have a message for you to pay a messenger to be like.
I know. That is so dramatic.
Oh, that was so funny. I was rereading that. And I'm like, why is that in here? I'm like, oh, it's because Perrin is trying to be like, I'm important. I need to be sneaky.
I'm sneaky. And then he just walks.
He
Todd looks and is like, that's Perrin.
Yeah.
That's the captain nobody can find.
Yeah.
I really like him. I know he's not the fan favorite of everybody, but
I love Perrin.
think
No, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I liked him.
It's the subversion of he's standard male fantasy protagonist, immediately gets killed, immediately gets brought back, immediately gets turns into a whiny teenager that doesn't know what's going on at all.
It's awesome. I forgot how I really forgot his original mission. Like in my head, the version of Perrin that exists is
Oh yeah, exactly.
such a different character than this, and so I forgot. I was like, oh, his original mission is to like kill Sari.
Yeah,
like wow, that's
I don't think
under
I even
the
understood
cover of killing the bridge burners. It's
well, I think
very,
it is confusing because the plan is he's like the one with the stomach. So Lauren thinks Perrin is young and moldable, and so when the attack at Iktokan happens
with the hounds. Yeah,
she's like, okay, we need to figure this out. And what they think is that one of these gods has taken this little girl who they couldn't find. So Perrin's mission was to go confirm that and then do what needed to be done. The problem is, as soon as he got there, she stabbed him in the head.
Yeah,
and I think she was right to do that because he was going to kill her.
He was hot on her trail.
Yeah,
and if we're against the Empress, and we learn in this section that, or at least they think, and we've been talking about it, that the rope Cotillion is sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard. We know that they don't like the Empress either for some reason, because like the first introduction of them, they're like, she won't see this coming.
Yeah, or like something to gnaw on Lassine's mind.
So whenever Sari is doing weird, crazy stuff, you are kind of like, well, if the Empress is the bad guy, maybe they're doing
and that's
the
why
right
when we
thing.
met those two, I thought they were the good guys because
Right.
it's like they're against the Empire.
Yeah.
after they killed that village.
But sometimes it's
Sometimes
the
it's morally
cost of
gray.
doing
I
don't know if
business,
they're
buddy.
good guys.
It's the cost of
Sometimes-
doing business.
Sometimes you need to kill hundreds of people with dogs to possess a little girl to get back at a empress.
Yeah.
I do also think in retrospect, like as we learn more about the ascendants and stuff, that plan to me is insane.
Yeah.
Why did they send the Hounds of Shadow to kill the people?
That's
It's
because
a
it was a
distraction.
distraction for
It's
the
a
possession.
diversion.
But what's the distraction? They figured it out instantly.
No, I know. That's the whole thing with this plan. Is at every point in this plan, everyone who's relevant knows
tell.
exactly what's happening. But the thing they
tell
can't
that
figure out
Sari
is
is possessed.
why.
Yeah.
So that's what everyone's talking about. Where
And I don't think we
Tattersall
know
tells
why.
Perrin, they're like,
No.
oh yeah, Whiskey Jack knows about Sari, Whiskey Jack knows about your mission, and Perrin's like, what? Okay, well then I got nothing
I'm
for
gonna
you.
be in so much trouble. Can we have sex later?
Good for him. You know what? If I were to wake up from I'm like, I lived another day. I'm gonna
Let's
take
get
my
laid.
shot. And he did a good job. I was prepared though for him to be pretty messed up because
From the healing?
from the healing because
Oh,
they
yeah.
said, we can heal your body, but we can't heal your mind. Like heals at a different rate. So I was very prepared for him to be like
like
super
crazy,
PTSD or like
Yeah, he seems
Like-
night
like-
seems all right.
terrors
or like puppet crazy.
yeah, like
Yeah,
somewhat
he's
puppet
PC.
crazy or just like so haunted. And right now I'm not getting that.
Yeah, everybody seems all right.
Yeah. So I was like, oh.
Well, he sort of doesn't remember it, so I wonder if part of it is, his psyche has sort of blocked that out.
Yeah, maybe. But I was like pretty impressed by how well he was handling things.
Sort of like when
post-death.
you go on a bender, you don't remember all the fucked up things you did.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, was I at Hood's Gate? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh shit! Was I at Hood's Gate last night? Oh my
Oh,
god!
was I
didn't embarrass myself.
was I
did
insulting Shadow Throne? Oh, he was riding a
no.
dog or something?
I do think that's funny. Is that when he wakes up at Hood's Gate, he's like, "I'm fucking awesome. And then we see him again. He's like, Tattersail.
I don't want to stay in the hotel room.
Well, he literally,
Don't leave me.
she's like, oh yeah, you might think that you were saved, but it wasn't because they had good intentions. And he's like, I'm being used.
I know.
And she's like, that doesn't bother you? And he goes, it's nothing new.
Shut up.
Which is
He's
true.
so
He's
angsty.
always being
Wait,
used.
I hate to jump to this if we didn't do it already, but did Talk the Younger say 6'7" yet?
No, but we are going to, I did underline that
Does he
though.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait, yeah, he does.
I missed that.
We'll get there. Just keep an eye out because
I won't
Guys,
miss
we're
it.
really dating the podcast.
I was reading it and I was like, what did he know?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
He really does have future sight.
Yeah, you ever get your eye blown out in a mage battle in a city, and all of a sudden you can predict
memes?
predict memes from America.
Oh no, he
30
did
years
say
in the
it.
future.
He did say 6'7".
He did say it. He said it on page 204. Because it's when they're about to leave to go to Pale, and he's like, I can't ride on the same horse with the adjunct. That's crazy. I'll just walk. It'll take us 7 days.
And suddenly there was a flash behind his eye.
Lots of young
He
boys.
sees those Costco guys going boom, where's a boom or whatever.
I give this bar gas 5 big booms.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But they have dinner.
They have a beautiful dinner. You want to talk about
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
We can't
Tattersall.
leave
Sorry,
Parent and Tattersall yet. Because I thought it was so cute when he's talking about how she makes him feel. Because he's like, oh my gosh, I'm on this spiral and she's steadying me and I don't like how that feels or whatever. And then they're like, oh, we have a common enemy. And then he's like, oh, she was at it again. And he's like, oh my God, he has a crush. And I was like, this is so, it's so high school.
I was waiting for more. I was kind of hoping there'd be slightly more romance in this book, but
you
the
wanted
relationship.
to see the head push against the labial.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of talk about
We're
swords.
very
so I was
desensitized.
very ready for some sword play,
Yeah.
Clem,
should we have a sword fight before we do this?
before we drag the boat in. That was the plan that Quick Ben
I have a plan you're not gonna like.
Whiskey Jack and Clem are going to sword fight in front of us for morale.
You're right, Ben. I don't like it, but damn it, you're right.
I've got to do this for my guys.
My boys.
My boys, I'm a man forward guy or whatever I said.
Guy forward man.
Guy forward man. He's a guy forward man. He's got a good sword. Okay, we can go to dinner.
All right,
Okay.
let's wrap it up.
We get more of the background of what's happening in Pale post-occupation. Because the book starts and, the Malazans are trying to invade the city. And so you're like, what does that mean? And they finally invade the city, and you find out that it consists of the traditional call of the nobility, which they do everywhere.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
when they execute all the.
They execute all the nobles. And apparently this one is more, I guess Taishrin has ordered it to be more brutal than the other ones because it includes children and
now,
such.
Tashrin is a bad guy. That I can confidently say.
Well, I
don't
mean,
like him.
Is he? Because there's a meeting. In the meeting, he's like, hey, I kind of don't like all this stuff you're making me do. Making me feel weird and icky. Can I stop doing it?
Yeah,
And
he's
she's
sort
like,
of doing
"No."
it directly. The Empress is telling him to do it, and he's doing it. But anyway,
He doesn't seem
Well,
very
it's-
pumped.
I
it's-
don't
it
know.
was fun because
he's
he was-
following. He's just following orders.
True. What
That's
is the
true.
Nuremberg defense?
right.
But he
You think they're going to try him at the Hague by the end of this?
No, but it was fun to watch him get his ass handed to him a little bit.
Well,
Oh,
his
yeah.
boss just showed up.
And then he's like I was like, oh, he's a loser. Oh, he's like a pathetic loser.
Because
I
he's,
think
he's
you know-
pushing back with Dujek
Yeah,
and their
yeah.
stuff. Because Dujek is a good guy, and I think Dujek is a realist where he knows. He's like, we gotta call some of the nobility, but somehow
We've got to call some of the nobility.
there's just no way around it. But there's the Hall of Records in Pale burns down.
I think
And
that's so funny.
And Dujek is like, we could try to recover some stuff, Taishrin, if you really want us to. We can help you. And so that shows Dujek's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun because he just barges into the room and he's like, Dujek, what the hell? And Adjunct Lorne is like, excuse me, sir, don't you know your superior is in the room? Like, why are you just barging in like this? And I was like, oh yeah, so he's way out of his depth, and like she knows what's going on all the time, and he sucks at this.
And we kind of know that right from his introduction, because we were just talking about this yesterday. I was misremembering when this happens, but the first time we meet Taishran, he's performatively looking at a battle map. Yeah. That like whoever, it might be Whiskey Jack, is like he doesn't know what he's looking
Oh, that's
at.
right.
My favorite part is when One Arm is talking and he's like, he's got no no ability for insight, like war.
He's like not a
war with your power, but
he
like, he has no strategy.
Right,
he doesn't understand any strategy.
Well, and no subtlety. He like has to get rid of his old guard mages, and like he releases a demon to destroy one of them, and everyone's immediately like, okay, so the only person we know who uses demons is Taishran.
He sucks at this. But I liked getting to know Adjunct Lorne in this part, because I think it's really fun that in this world of great, huge, giant, powerful magic, like one of the most feared and powerful people is somebody with no magic. Mm-hmm. And like that's really fun because it helps keep the story grounded, I think, because it's like it can be really easy to get lost in all of the magic. But then if you have somebody who like doesn't have any of it and they're still feared and respected,
it's like the Batman type thing. You know?
Oh yeah,
it's an equalizer.
Yeah.
Where it's not just the people who are the most magic are the strongest.
Right.
And I think it comes up a little bit later that Empress Lysine in particular hates magic users. Mm-hmm. I think partially this might come out later too because she doesn't have any magic too, and so to try to level the playing field, she tries to
and also the
kill
Emperor
all the magic people.
Mage,
That's true. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I love her speech where she's talking about like, Dujek is the best of the Empire.
Yeah.
And how if we're all against him, then like we're wrong.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
I love that this section, it becomes clear like one of the themes is power and empire, and especially in the next section with Lorne at the dinner scene. I just love that so much. And thinking about what empire is or how it affects people, and I think it's so interesting that we love all these characters, or we love some of these characters, but we hate the Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have it confirmed here that, Lorne and the Empress are trying to kill the bridge burners.
Yep, she says it.
And also, I think it's fun that, like, Dujek is barely holding on to, like, the faith of this empire. And so I just think it's such a masterful bit of writing to have them say what you just said, Danilo. Be like, no, if we lose him, I get that it's one guy and like 10,000 of his friends, but he's so good at this, and we sort of only got this far with him. So if he stops, the cities we just took over that was almost all because of him too are going to rebel. It's just the whole thing is going to come collapsing down. But thankfully, that's never going to happen.
Right. Yeah. The seven cities will never rebel.
No.
They're going to stay.
They love the change.
They're
love
happy
the
with the
Malazans.
changes. Yeah.
We will never go to 7 cities in the books.
We will never spend most of the series in 7 cities.
But I was impressed by her. She's like, oh yeah, he's eating you alive, and you deserve it.
He's like, true.
Yeah, and he's like, if he's forced to turn, we're the traitors. Like, I don't know. I liked.
If he's forced to turn, almost like nobody would even blame him.
Yeah, it's like that's our bad because we forced your hand.
But they're like Whiskey Jack on the other hand. That guy's got to go.
Yeah.
We also got some new city names.
We get a shit ton of new city names.
Now, what do we think of apple and tulips?
What do you think they make there?
What the hell are you talking about?
There? She's talking about, they're arguing about
Lauren
battle
strode to the
strategy.
table and studied the map. Tulips, why there? I can't get over apple.
Apple is awesome.
You get a place called Nathalog
do we ever go
and a place
to,
called Apple.
Do we ever go to Apple?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, right?
Gray Dog.
Shelby loved the part with the cities.
I loved them. All right, Adjunct first. The conscripts will not hold Fox Pass. The Crimson Guard will be into the Northernlands by the time our reinforcements arrives. Much of that area is farmland pasture. As we retreat, pulling the conscripts back to NIST, we raise the countryside.
Pasture?
Pasture.
Pasture. I think it's like pasture.
Much of that is farmland, Pastor. He's a Christian guy.
He's in confession. Dujek is doing his weekly confession.
Dujek thinks Adjunct Lorne is the Pope.
Whatever supplies Kaz will need, we'll have to bring with him. Now, Adjunct, any army on the move? Oh my God, it was just so long. And the 11th, where will they be? A third will be stationed in NIST. The rest will be on the quick march to Fox Pass while Caledon Brune remains in the Black Dog Forest? That doesn't make sense, High Fist. You suggest using the Morinth for all of the work. And at that point, I was like, oh my God, I can't find all these spots. And
I think it's fun, like, since this is not a real place, you don't know if anything anybody's suggesting is a good idea or bad.
Yeah, I was like, this could be.
But that's fun to write because you're just like, yeah, he's awesome. He's just smart and you have to believe
He's so cool, and all the dragonflies will carry them.
Yeah. Well, but he's, it's like this is his talent. He's got the the tactician talents that Taishrin doesn't have. Jeez, what a bunch of T's in that sentence.
And the whole time he's 5'5".
Is he? He's a short
5'5",
king?
hairy ears.
King, yeah.
Old.
I forgot. Dujek
So
has ears, the hairy ear. I
Yeah,
forgot
because he's
about
old.
that.
Oh,
And his barber's
He's like, I think my barber's doing it on purpose.
That is hilarious.
Well, and Shelby, I think it's so sweet how dedicated you are by looking up every time you see, like, so where's Nathalog? Where's Treat on the map?
I don't leave.
Where are they lifting the hypothetical Third Legion that will come in the spring?
It took me a long time to find them. I'm going to be honest. For Steven, for some of us newbies in the fantasy world, you have to be maybe flake, so you could leave out some details. I think.
Do you think that is maybe signaling to you don't have to look at the map though?
No, well, because it's a war book, so I'm like, this could be important at some point for me to like understand these plans. And so, and I'm still trying to orient myself to the world. So I'm like, okay, this is the first time we're like really mentioning a bunch of cities. So
are
let
all
me
of those
go
cities
ahead.
on the map?
They're on the map.
Okay,
So
sometimes the cities are not.
yeah, and then
It's on a different
sometimes they're
continent.
not. So then I spent 20 minutes trying to find it. And I said, I
What do you
must
mean
have missed
Unta's
it.
not on this map?
Is there a live? What is the planet called?
Oh, I think they
Or the
universe.
the
I think
universe?
they
Is that a
they
spoiler?
affectionately refer to it as Woo.
I think they do
Because they don't have an actual name for like what the planet or the world is called. So they're like, I don't know, Woo, which I think is a Steely Dan reference.
Is it really?
I think so.
That's so
Is-
funny.
Reeling in the years.
Reeling in the woo. Is there an interactive map of the?
Oh yeah, there's like a super high def
What?
one that people have made with like where the continents are next to each
You
other.
got to give that to Shelby.
But I'll give you screenshots of
because I'm sure
them.
you'll click on one thing. It's like this is where this happened. And it's like this is a huge spoiler.
Well, and I who have
This
not,
is where Krupp ascended the Iron Throne.
I called it.
well, and I who haven't read all the books, you look at the continent and you're like, I've never even heard of that continent.
Yeah.
Where's Colance? But yeah, I can get you a more high def.
So this
map.
was the part of the book I was not. This is where my reaction was.
I think, Shelby, when you're feeling that, I empower you to skim
Oh,
To stop looking at the
or to
map.
not fully understand it. Just sort of on a higher level, be like, okay, they're talking about battle plans. If I need to know them, they'll come up again.
I hope so.
They'll
They
be at
don't
the battle.
They do not come
They
up
do
again.
not. Okay, good.
This conversation is
This
entirely
conversation
irrelevant.
never happened.
Good.
Which is
My
so
favorite
smart
types of
Dujek is.
conversations.
But of course they have dinner. They
And
invite.
I know we were joking, but it's not irrelevant. It's there to show you, the reader, that he's this strategic mastermind. Because
I
really,
believe it.
all
You
we've
could've
seen that
just
happen so
said
far
it.
is him lose.
Right. and adjunct Lauren sort of being like, oh, I don't really put together the pieces he's seeing. That's how smart he is.
I think I could just take their word for it.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to.
I think
You
that's
don't
a
need
good-
to show
a
me.
good rule of thumb.
I'll tell. You can tell me. I'll believe you.
Yeah, Tattersail. Is this where Tattersail and Perrin sort of get together?
That's
Well,
after
no,
dinner.
No, they've
she's
got a
invited to
dinner
dinner
first.
first.
She's invited to dinner.
This
by
is where
a
she says
guard.
her beautiful thing about Whiskey Jack and his men, where she's like, I didn't. She's like insinuating that they have restored like some sense of humanity in her, or like they're bringing her back to life a little bit, because she's like, she responded to them in a way that was deeper than she thought possible, from a core she'd long been convinced was burned out. The ashes scattered in a silent lament, a core no mage could afford. But she's like, they're bringing it back to me.
On my first read through, I sort of understood that Tattersail was sad. I did not quite, I think, fully grasp that she is so depressed.
Yeah, she's like a shell a little bit. And
Yeah.
she's like, and then this is also like where I was like, oh, I guess she has made up her mind. Because I wasn't entirely sure if she had made up her mind about like whose side she was on, Whiskey Jack or the Empire. And then she says, she's like, she wanted to believe that he would win out in the end and that he'd live to see his world stripped of the Empire. I was like, okay, so that is where her head is at. So that was nice to know.
She eventually does choose a side, though, so that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, she makes a stand. I think this section also had a funny sentence. It's part of it is, and it seemed it might take the puppet out of Pale and onto Darujistan. And I immediately thought, you can take the puppet out of Pale, but you can't take Pale out of the puppet.
She gets invited to dinner by a Marine who's like, hey, are you feeling better? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, well, then you have to come to dinner. And she's like, why did I say I was feeling better?
I felt bad.
But this is where she's like, you're invisible. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's so funny.
And Adjunct Lauren is there, and Tattersail is like, I think that name rings a bell. I wonder if when I see her, I'll know where I know her from. And boy, does she.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So I actually have a question about this because she's like, oh, my family died because of things that Tattersail was doing in the old city.
This is Lauren, yeah.
Yes, this is Lauren. Which, so like Tattersail and some other mages did some really horrible things, which we don't really know what they are. But it's why Adjunct Lauren hates mages, I assume. And then, but they are like, okay, when they're explaining it, the Master of the Claw issued an edict against sorcery, but then they sent mages to cleanse it. And I was like, so the mages were killing other mages?
I think, I could be wrong about this, but I think it's sanctioned sorcery, like the wax witches and shamans and like local potion people, so that sort of the idea being the military or the empire has a sort of monopoly on magic and magery. But remember in the prologue when there was smoke and fire coming from the mouse quarter, that is this. Yeah.
Which I did piece that together.
Yeah. And so
that means Lauren is like 23.
I guess
she's
That's
a young
insane.
lady. She's
awesome.
very.
Also, I think there's famously one or two time jumps that if you do the math sort of don't work out, and I think Steven Erickson has said he doesn't really care about that. So
I don't really care
either. So that's okay.
It happened a while ago.
Yeah. Okay. So just so I'm clear, so in the old, when Lysine took over,
she hates mages.
She usurps the crown. She sends all of the Empire's mages to go get rid of everybody else who has magic and is not part of the military.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And then in this mess and fire, Adjunct Lauren's family dies.
Yeah, Tattersail kills them or purges them or
so
something.
They had
which she finds out later.
Well, she gets separated from her family, taken into the Claw, becomes a Claw, learns that her family did in fact die, but she does remember like everybody dying and screaming around her. So it wasn't exactly. She was like, they kept the fate of my family a secret, but she's like, I mean, I was there.
And doesn't Talk mention that he was sent in there to sort of rein them in? Because I think eventually it became a riot and it got out of control and magic, and I think then they got sent in there because it sort of got out of hand.
So then are we meant to believe that Adjunct Lauren's family had magic and like that's why they were
or they got caught in the crossfire, or big huge riot, who knows, in a poor section of Malaz City. Who knows?
So his girlfriend was also there when he was talking about how he wants to be a big bad soldier.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah, I guess Perrin was there.
Perrin and Tattersail were not too far apart.
Can I read this section where she like accepts?
Oh, yeah, I love this. This is when I first read this section with Adjunct Lauren and Tattersail confronting, and when I read that, I was like, okay, I'm in on this book. This is like the moment where I'm like, okay,
this was the moment.
This is interesting. Yeah.
Well, because it's like they have this big confrontation, and she's like, "You killed my family," and Tattersail's like, "True, like my bad. Like you can kill me or we can duel." And then everybody else is like, "No, you can't actually do that because we were all committing crimes in the name of the Empire." So like,
we're all war criminals.
You have to kill all of us.
If you're gonna kill, you gotta kill you. And then we're from Talk's perspective. So Taishrin spoke softly. The woman named Lauren, the woman who once was a child, who once had a family. He looked upon the adjunct with anguish in his eyes. That woman does not exist. She ceased to exist the day she became the adjunct. Lauren stared at the two men, her eyes wide. Standing beside her, Talk watched those words battering her will, crushing the anger, shattering into dust every last vestige of identity. And from her eyes rose the icy, clinical repose of the adjunct to the Empress. And then I'll skip a little. He says, he just witnessed an execution. The woman named Lorne had risen from the turgid mists of the past, risen to right a wrong, to find justice, and in that last act reclaim its life. And she had been denied, not by the words of Dujek or Taishrin, but by the thing known as the adjunct.
Hell yeah.
It's insane.
It's so good. And that's when I read that, I'm like, okay. So like this is what this is about, where everyone has these roles and your personhood is
gets erased.
Like erased, or you give up part of yourself and your identity towards this greater thing. And is that good? Is that bad?
And then her first line of dialogue is like, "Thank you for coming. Have a seat."
Yeah.
Like
and you're like, oh, and you just like feel that.
Yeah. Well, it's like you had said originally, and maybe it was the introduction episode where you're like, yeah, this is about like how Empire eats identity. And it's like nobody has a real name, or like there's a lot of nicknames, and like her identity is a role in the Empire. It's not being a human being. It's like filling out this job.
Yeah. And she gets it, and it happens, and Lorne is dead, and the adjunct is now just the adjunct.
It's like that Taylor Swift clip where she's on stage and she's breathing really heavy, and then she snaps into character and goes into the next song.
True. I literally know exactly what you're talking about.
Instantly thought about when I read this.
It was a really, really hot day, and it was like a dangerous heat levels, and she's like, I'm still going to do the show because she's a committed artist. And then I know exactly what you're talking about. She was like, I got to lock in.
I know,
she did.
And then she did.
That was the day we witnessed an execution.
By the thing known as Taylor Swift.
Do you think there was somebody in the audience at that show who saw her do that and went, oh my God, that's just like Adjunct Lorne?
That really says a lot about Empire. The nature of Empire.
There's a Taylor Swift podcast somewhere where they just said the opposite of what we said. I was reading this book this one time, and this woman executed herself. I like that she says, you can execute me. And then he's like, no. And then he's like, we can have a duel. And then Talk is like, I should probably warn her about the magic sword.
Anti-magic sword.
And then he looks at her and she's like, oh no, she knows.
Yeah, there was a lot of really fun
Talk was
humor.
about to be like, actually.
I love Talk. He's like, they start talking about battle plans. He's like, I should probably go. And they're like, you're the representative of the Claw here. And he says, I am.
Okay.
He's so
like,
funny.
I hate the Claw. I'm barely a Claw.
And then later, they're all about to leave, and she's like, not yet. I would hear the Claw's thoughts on this. And he's like, yes. Taishrin, what do you think? And he even says, like, he saw Lorne's like disappointed eyes, and she went, okay.
But because he's trying to protect Tattersail.
True. Yes.
He knows what's going on.
He made his decision.
And Tattersail lies.
That was a pivotal moment.
Tattersail lies to all of them about not knowing what happened in the Hounds and where Perrin is and stuff. And Talk is like, interesting.
I thought it was actually kind of a good lie. I was like, this is a pretty decent lie. And then, but like the whole time he's like, yeah, I know she's lying. There's more to it. And it was also fun to like see her tactness through somebody else's eyes, because he's like, oh, she now has everybody thinking past her and like into what is coming next rather than the facts and details of her story.
Yeah, it's a good lie.
Good lie.
It's a beautiful
now
lie.
Dujek, he's pretty keen on the tactics. Do you think he's cued in?
No, I think he only knows about battles and dragonflies and quarrels and all that stuff.
I'm keeping my eye on him.
Maybe Dujek ends up on the Iron Throne.
Oh shit!
Oh
no,
my God.
no, it's going to be Krupp.
It only needs one armrest, that Iron Throne.
That's true.
Tattersail goes back to her room. She talks with Perrin. Perrin is moody. They talk about stuff. This is where they talk all about that mission stuff. We jumped the gun a little bit before, but they talk about Sorry and Whiskey Jack and whatever. But long story short, they sleep together.
Yeah.
We're going to let this play out for our boy Perrin. And Tattersail, good for her.
That's how long Perrin lasted, too.
He also nice. They talk about the stuff we talked about, but he says something awesome about the adjunct. Because they're both trying to figure out what's going on. They're like, yeah, and what's her plan with the bridge burners, and like what's this? And then like she learns that he's involved, blah 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 blah. But he says, The dust walks around the adjunct. The dirt shifts beneath her boots, and the wind whispers of frost and ice. And he's like, does that mean anything? I don't fucking know.
He also says, I can't remain hiding here, can I? What do I eat? The bedding?
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, the wrong one. Nope, we're sticking with that. We're keeping that one.
I know, he's so funny.
He is funny. And we learn that her mission is bigger than both of them think.
Why does he say the dust walks? I know he's talking about Tool. But how does he know that? What does he say that in the context of?
It's just rumor.
Because I can tell you. I because I clocked this. Hairlock kept coming in and checking, and he was like, is she up? I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And he left that message
to
convey.
Dust walks with him. Remember that, boy.
What a crazy
That might not mean anything because he's crazy.
I'm off to do puppet stuff, like run after dogs.
and throw fireballs at ravens.
It's such a good detail to me that he doesn't float. He actually does run, like with his little puppet legs.
Yeah, he has chaos magic, but he has to run. He has to do leg day.
And it's gotta take him a long time because he's the size of a puppet.
Yeah.
In my mind, he's like 2 inches tall. He's like tiny.
I think he's like a marionette. He would look like Kermit or something.
Oh, he's like a
wooden
Muppet?
Puppet. No, he's like he's like Kermit's size, like when Kermit's standing up, but he's like a wooden puppet.
That is so hilarious. I thought he was like a pocket-sized puppet.
No.
I picture Pinocchio.
He's like
Pinocchio.
Like 3 feet tall, probably 2 feet tall.
Toddler-sized.
Yeah, Kalam really likes making felt Muppet-style puppets in his spare time.
That's who he really is.
Yeah.
He's
with
a puppet
tongue eyeballs.
This one is called Gonzo Whiskey Jack.
I'm gonna make
He's
a little
what
rat.
sort of animal is he? Well, he's sort of like an alien. Whiskey Jack, this one's called Big Bird. You have to wear it.
Wear him.
You wear this one.
I have a plan you're gonna hate.
Put on the Big Bird costume.
We do a puppet show.
Everybody will be having such a good time. They won't even want to be evil anymore.
We get back to Lorne and Tool, and they're leaving Pale. This is where we get the big Talon
is the info dump of a lifetime.
And I really want to know what you all think of all this.
Oh my God.
So we learn the Talanimas was this after the conquering of 7 cities? Oh, can we talk? We need to talk about when he appears.
Oh yeah, it's so.
Do you want
to?
Boo? Do you want to talk about when he appears?
Yeah. Wait, hang on. I gotta just find it really quick.
229.
Yeah. He just so she's just hanging out, riding her horse, and then there's just a voice next to her, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I'll walk with you if you'd like." And she's like, "Come on, you have to announce yourself." And he's like, "Okay." Oh, she says from a distance. So he goes into the ground, and then he goes 100 yards ahead of her to wait. Because he's awkward. He's shy.
He's a shy, funny guy.
He's just a little boy.
He's also a murderer.
She's also don't take things so literally.
Well, he's just
okay,
his own guy.
She's like, "Where'd you come from?" He said, "So the 28th Jagat War." And she's like, "I thought there was only 27 of those." We learn that Tool is the last of the Logros Talon. So now he is unbounded. We don't really know what that means. A bunch of the Talanimas left because they were allied with the Malazans, and it sort of feels like the Talanimas, the Jagat Wars are sort of their main deal, and in their spare time, they are mercenaries for the Malazans.
Do they really specify what that is, though? Because I
do
was
we know
not
what
sure what
Jagat
these
is?
wars were.
What the Jagat
were
Wars?
They long time ago? Are they
So they're
ongoing?
Tool's 300,000 years old.
Yeah.
The Talanimas are all 300,000 years old.
Yeah.
We are not exactly sure, but we know that through their eternal time, they sort of have been at an eternal war with the Jagat. And so whenever they hear, they're like,
"No, we don't know what they look like."
Okay.
We heard there's Jagats somewhere over there. Let's all go kill them.
Yeah.
And they sort of just do that every once in a while. Because I think at the beginning, there was a lot of Jagat. And then you kill them for 300,000 years. There's fewer and fewer.
Huh.
Yep. So what do you think about this? The cessation of my clan's chieftain, Kig Avon, was accompanied by all my kin. Thus alone, I am unbound to Logro. Kig Avon's bone caster was Kalava Onas, who has been lost since before the Emperor reawakened us. Now, what do you think about that?
Now, this is what I'm talking about. It's a foreign language.
Yeah,
what
it's
is
cool.
this book?
Bonecaster.
Yeah, what do you think?
What is a
bone
bone
casters,
caster?
Imas shamans. The only one that had
that's
ever
right.
appeared was one named Olar Ethel, who stood alongside clan chieftain Aethelos Ilm during the Battle of Kartul. Huh?
Yeah, I was just like,
What?
oh, so this is all just like cool stuff.
I
Like,
do love that.
You might be wondering when Tool was awakened, and he said, "I awakened before Galad Catan and after Onak Shendok." And as with all the Tlanimas, I knelt before the Emperor as he sat upon the first throne.
that was cool as fuck.
That's
Ooh.
crazy.
Now, I'll tell you what. I do like that she's like, if I just keep asking questions, will he just like
Yeah, I know.
spill all the secrets
Yeah.
of the world?
Yeah,
So I
because
did-
she's like, there's some of this stuff was not even in the records.
Yeah.
She says all of it. Like nobody knows.
Nobody
this
knows
much.
any. I know
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
anybody ever just by these 30 seconds of
Being
having
a
conversation with
Talan Emas is Tool's special interest.
He tells her also. She says, "Was the emperor alone? Like when he sat on the throne?" And then Tool says, "No, the one called Dancer was with him."
Yeah.
And
don't-
She
Dancer
says,
had
and I
died.
think she knows what that is because she was like, shit. She was upset about it. And there's one thing he can't tell her, which is also interesting.
Yeah, what is it that he can't tell her?
Where is
Oh, yeah.
this first throne, Tool?
Oh, yeah.
The warrior was silent for a time. Then it said, upon the emperor's death, the Logras Talan Amas gathered minds, a rare thing that was last done before the diaspora,
Diaspora.
and a binding resulted. Adjunct, the answer to your question is within this binding. I cannot satisfy you.
Yeah, so because if someone sits on the first throne, they sort of control the immortal undead army. And so it's sort of
Wait, say that one more time.
so if someone sits on the first throne, they become the rulers of the Tlanimas and sort of control.
Wow.
That's why the emperor. That's why they were loyal to the emperor. And now that the empress is there, they're sort of like more wishy-washy.
And they want to control her. That's why she asks where it is. He's like, "I'm not telling you."
so that
that.
she can sit because they were loyal to the emperor, but now the emperor's dead.
Does he say?
This is not explicit. This is sort of implied, but it's not really a spoiler. I think it just helps you understand stuff a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Does he say here that they were the Talon, the first empire?
Something like that.
He does say
yeah.
it in here. You hear
Yeah.
that. Like the Talon were the first human empire. And you're like,
Yeah.
what?
300,000 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and
So
this is
cool.
also confusing. There's the Logros Talon and the Crone Talon.
Yeah, what?
Well, and she's like, who's
who's
that?
the-
They're like, they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. They are coming. It's like the White Walkers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Winter's coming.
and as far as I understand, and as far as we know now, those are just different clans. I thought they were like different
Creatures or something.
species or creatures. They're all Talanimas, but it's like the way we're all humans, but we're in the we're Americans and Canadians are Canadians, but we're all like people.
Where are the Canadians? They're coming.
They're coming.
No, but this part, I hope
year-
that this is I hope we, because were you going to say the year of the 300th
Oh yeah, the
millennium?
year of the 300th millennium approaches. The warrior replied. What
The
happens then? Adjunct, the diaspora ends.
And that's
What
what
does
I
that
want to
so
see.
ominous.
What
We
does that
don't know,
mean?
but it's scary as fuck.
But it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Part of me was like, is this just a scary prophecy that we're encountering?
No,
or
is
is
I think so.
the thing I'm thinking of?
Oh,
I think so.
they're
Okay.
looking at each other long.
But I also you sort of implied in this is that the Talanimas are all very scattered in the 300,000 years that they've been fighting their forever war against the Jagat. And maybe that is what the diaspora is, because diaspora, you're spread out. And so maybe the diaspora ending means they're all gathering for something. We don't know.
And I'd love to see this
Yeah.
in the story. So
Yeah, we never come back to this.
No, don't worry.
And I was like, because a lot of this was nonsense, right? It's like, okay, so all this is nonsense. But what I know, or like what I can gather from it, is like this is the ancient species of this world. And they got their shit going on, but they're about to reunite, and it's gonna be cool as fuck.
it's like the Jonas Brothers, or
Yes.
like the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where are they? They're coming. They're all gonna
They're
come.
all going to come. All the Jonas
Where's
Brothers are going
Nick
to come.
Jonas?
Frankie
He's
included.
coming.
He's coming.
And good for him.
Yeah, I thought this was cool. I loved. I like
The Talanimas are awesome.
They're
I'll say
just
that. I
like-
love the
They're
Talanimas.
They're
awesome.
so cool.
They're funny.
I love Animator Rake. I love Whiskey Jack. I love the Talani Mas.
I think
I
think reading this and being like, there's a world where there's immortal, undead, invincible army that are just around and people can control them. Like, how is that person not always winning at everything?
Because you
Yeah.
can't find it.
You can't find
the
it.
I
chair.
don't know where the throne is.
And they are impossible to talk to.
They're really annoying and weird.
They're gonna take everything.
You're
literally.
invisible now.
Yeah, you're invisible.
Tula's like, really?
Seriously?
You're dust now. I can't believe they travel by dust. That's so cool.
Yeah, they're pretty.
The horses
cool.
are all scared all the time. They're like, the horses are not thrilled about.
Well, there's a zombie right next to him.
That horse has never seen a zombie before.
Where the hell did you come from?
That's just a horse.
We have Crone, the great raven, flying from Drujistan up north to meet with Caladan Brood.
I kind of don't like her. I just don't care about her a little bit. It's like a raven.
But what did you think about Caladan Brood?
Well, we don't get there yet, do we?
We're not quite there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I'll let you know when we get there. But I don't really care about the raven, to be honest. But I like the pre-poem.
Oh yeah. Do you want to read it? Do you wanna read
I
it?
knew you were going to say
Can
that.
pre-poem get you pregnant?
I almost said it. I was like, I'll let him say it. You want me to read it?
Oh,
Or you can read
yeah.
it. Okay. Calor said, I walked this land when the Talani Moss were but children. I have commanded armies 100,000 strong. I have spread the fire of wrath across entire continents and sat alone upon tall thrones. Do you grasp the meaning of this? Yes, said Caladan Brood. You never learn. Period, King.
That's the oldest.
That's the
character,
oldest guy.
Now, who
We talked to him later, and you're like, he's older than Talani Moss. He has to be so powerful, and he's just annoying.
Calor is
he's an annoying
Caladan
old man.
Brood's bitch.
Did we talk to him later?
He's the guy at the end. Yeah, he has like one line.
He's the gray, weird man.
Oh,
I also
Who's like, you
forgot
got to
about
kill Animander Rake, and Caladan Brood is like, no,
Stop.
stop telling me to kill everyone.
And he's
Okay,
like, and he
that's
says
so
something like, "That'll be my last warning."
And Caladan Brood's like, shut up, Calor.
But yeah, Calor is old.
All right. Oh, this is so. But before then, Perrin sets up a meeting with Talk, and it's the most convoluted thing ever. He's like, go to a restaurant and ask for this name, and then order this drink, and then Perrin comes in, and Talk is like, okay.
Yeah.
He
He's
literally
like,
sitting
"There's a
on the
messenger for
balcony,
you."
like
Dude,
he could've
everyone-
just gotten there
everyone
early, and
thinks
he's like, "That's
you're
Talk."
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another thing where I was reading, and I'm like, why is this here? But it's because Perrin is trying to make himself feel more important.
Yeah, he's trying to
than
be
he
cool.
is. He's a nepo baby who has everything taken away from him.
I'm not going to wait in a hotel for my girlfriend. It's a good thing he didn't, by the way.
I'm to deliver this message. A gentleman will soon join you who has been out of his depth yet not aware of it. He is now.
Talk is like, okay.
That's the message. It is his own words and yours, sir.
and then he walks right in.
Yeah, like so not necessary. You could have just walked right in, Betty. He left a message of the one thing he said to you on a boat. It's okay, man. You can just walk in.
Yeah, and then Perrin tries to tell Talk a bunch of things he already knows, and Talk is like, I know all this, and in fact, also
Yeah,
this.
and he
Perrin
like
is
names.
oh,
Sorry,
no, I don't really know anything.
He's way out of his depth. Talk the Younger pretty much eschews the Claw as an organization here and embraces his role as a member of the second soldier.
Now even he doesn't like being a claw. And so, long story short, Perrin and Talk are going to go to Darujistan.
They're
to
gonna
see
go
what's
follow
up.
Tattersail.
And now Tattersail is traveling by Warren, and her Warren is like getting squeezed around her from the magic. She doesn't know what's up. She realizes she forgot her deck of dragons. She's like, I can't believe I forgot my deck of dragons. Appan must be working on me. And she just pops back into the real world on the Rivi Plain. And who should she run into but Bellardin, her old friend, with Night Chill in a bag. Now, so basically, Bellardin says, so Tashrin, I've been instructed to bring you back. Tashrin wants to see you. And Tattersail says, no. And Bellardin is basically like, so I'm gonna have to kill you. But Tattersail says, well, you said we can talk first. And Bellardin's like, okay, we can talk first. And so they talk, and Tattersail asks Bellardin what his mission was, what Tashrin told him. And we learn that he was seeking an ancient Jagat text called Gothos Folly,
Which we've been reading in the
Yes.
poems.
we've been reading this whole time. And there's an entombment of something called a Jagat tyrant near Darujistan that we found out. And it is implied that is what Lorne and Toole are going to do. And Bellardin's like, they certainly aren't going to release it. They're there to stop it from being released. And Tattersail's like, oh no, I think they're going to release this Jagat tyrant, and it's going to destroy Darujistan.
But wait a minute. Isn't there a party that's supposed to be happening? That's going to throw a wrench into everything.
And I love the
Is
description
the
of
Jagged
it.
Tyrant invited to the fate?
Oh no, because it's like we learn a little bit about the Jagged. They're like they didn't have a government or whatever, and it's like So she's like, how could it be a tyrant? And Belladin
which is fun
like,
for us because we see the word tyrant capitalized, and so like it's like some sort of different thing, but she doesn't see words in text, so she doesn't know that it's a capital T tyrant.
She's like,
we just learned about the Talani Mas have been killing all these Jagged, and now in this chapter we're like the Jagged are mostly a peaceful people, but
So and then you're kind of like, are awesome. Oh, so they do genocides all the time. Cool.
Well, but she's like one whose blood was poisoned by the ambition to rule over others, and like they locked it up because this was an abomination to them. Like that, this Jagged of their.
They're so peaceful that the idea that one wanted to be in charge was like abhorrent to them. So they had to lock him up.
Yeah, correct. And so what my prediction is, we don't have it right now because it's been, we're just in the same time zone. But when there's the little Burns sleep up top, I think Burn is the Jagged tyrant that they buried.
Oh,
and
interesting.
He's been asleep for those 1,160 years that we are now in this modern day. And because I was like, 1,000 years, that's not that long. And I was like, wait a minute, that's kind of a long time. That's like between the year 1,000 and the year 2,000. And I was like, that's a long time. Of course, people would forget about this. So I think that is Burn.
And then when the Jagged tyrant wakes up, everyone goes, Happy New Year!
We need a new
and then
calendar.
your city is leveled to the
Burn,
ground.
you've been asleep for so long.
We need a calendar.
I'm tired.
Oh, Burn.
Just 5 more minutes. But yeah, that's my prediction. But I thought this was a cool, I was like, oh, so this is what's going on. That's cool.
We learned that is the mission. But Tattersail's not going back to Tayshrin, and so Belladin is forced to try to kill Tattersail. But Tattersail notices the preservation spell that she put on Nightchill's body and is like, maybe I can do something with that.
No,
and Tattersail releases her not just her Warren, but all the Warrens, and then there's this huge beam of white light into the sky that goes on for.
It's at least
hours, maybe even a couple days that all the characters see, and it's some insane release of sorcery.
Magic, yeah,
and
we learned about Starvald.
Oh yeah, Starvald.
Demolaine.
Yeah. What do we think of Starvald Demolaine, huh?
I went.
Shelby, thoughts?
Yeah. So remind me again. Is that a
is your response maybe what in Hood's name is that?
Yeah. Yep.
It's Elder Matt. It's an Elder Warren.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, the Elder Warren.
It's the granddaddy of all the Warrens.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's a question. This maybe is another thought, but they were talking about.
Everything you have is a thought.
True. There was. They're like, oh my god, who could do all this magic? Who's got Starvald Demolaine or whatever? And the Amos is like, there was one guy one time, but there's no more worshipers for him, so he's not around anymore.
That's
the guy.
His name is Cruel. That's
yes.
Cruel. It's definitely Cruel.
Damn.
Here's
From
my
the
prediction.
temple in the
So
city.
that's Cruel, and my other prediction is that she soul swapped with the Nightshade.
Nightchill.
Nightchill.
Yeah, she's in that dead body.
Well, especially there's a terrifying part where, and we'll get to it, but when Talk and what's his name, Baron, come upon this scene, Talk sees footprints, and he's like, "So what? I don't care about footprints." And he's like, "They're bones.
They're baby
They're
skeleton.
Baby skeleton feet." And he's like, "What? We should go camp. We should go to bed right now." You ever see something so scary, you're like, I have to go to sleep.
Baby skeleton feet.
Well, and Lauren says and asks Tool, what is that? Haven't you put a protective barrier around us? Oh, I guess this is why Tattersail's Warren was getting smaller, is because Tool put the protective Talani Mas Warren around them, and because that's Elder, that's stronger than whatever Tattersail was doing. And Tool's like, I don't know, that's pretty crazy. Something new was born. Now it flees. Anyway.
Yeah.
And Mac, this is where he mentions that they were the first empire. Because she was like, something is familiar. And she's like, fire is life. Tool nodded. Life is fire, he said. With such words was born the first empire. The empire of Amos. The empire of humanity. You've done well, my child.
That's so silly. What does that mean?
I thought it was super creepy. I don't know if it's here or earlier, where she just sees Tool standing by the fire, and he's like shadowed by the fire, and she's like, some primeval memory is awakened within her, which is oh my god.
So crazy. So are they connected in some sense? Is that like
In
what
that
we
it's
should
like
apply?
if maybe like a caveman showed up, because it's like 300. This is a human being who's now a zombie because it's been 300,000 years and he's cursed with eternal life or whatever. In that they're the first empire. This is another empire. The Malazan Empire is not the first.
You're like, oh man, like you sort of when you see something that's similar to you but so different, you're like, whoa, man.
She's also smoking weed though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They sort of buried the lead on that. Lauren is a pothead.
So this
Maybe
is
that's why her family died.
God punished them for their sin.
Lauren, this strain is called Scruff McGruff. You should try it. It's beast.
You should try orange cookies.
Damn, this orange cookies is hitting, don't you think, Lauren? Some primeval ancient force awakened in her mind.
The Empire
Man, when
of
they
Humanity.
burned the mouse quarter in Malaz City, everyone got really high.
Contact
that day.
high. You don't think
No.
Stuart Little was in the mouse quarter, do you?
No. Do you think
Everybody's trying to
Ratatouille
park
was there?
get into his convertible to drive away. Oh, Ratatouille and
No,
Stuart
but
Little.
he
were
was
there?
in the rat quarter.
Oh,
rat,
true.
please,
Okay,
please.
well, rats can be mice.
Rats can
Be mice.
Oh my God, snaps
Snaps
for that.
for
Thank
Rats
you.
can be mice.
Rats can be mice. Thank you.
Now that everyone can reach the soundboard.
Oh, I was gonna say something.
Was it about life is fire? Very Prometheus, it's like, oh, this is the people get fire and then they start.
What I was gonna.
And then they start.
People get fired
God,
and then they
they
start.
start.
We all know the story.
You are smart.
Thanks. I'm
The
well
first
spoken.
human empire. So
So
it's
the
not
jagged, right? So this jagged guy
Yeah,
that
we
they
don't know.
buried, he's got
Mr. Jagged, maybe?
Mr. Jagged, Mr. Byrne. All right, he's Empire number
I
1.
think Burnsleeve is Mr. Burn from The Simpsons.
Calor.
I keep track of the years.
That I just have to. All we know about the jagged is that they're peaceful.
Except for that one.
Except
And then
for
there's
some.
and there's sometimes there's
tyrants.
tyrants. Sometimes there's horrible tyrants that destroy the world. Anyway, Crone flies to Caladan Brood's camp. We meet Caladan Brood. They're talking about Opon, and they know the coin bearer. And Brood is like, oh, that Animander rake. We're sort of frenemies. We're fighting. Brood is dealing. He has a big hammer on his back.
I love Caladan Brood.
They talk about
so
the
funny.
Crimson Guard and Prince Kaz and all that sort of
He doesn't have
really
eyebrows
matter.
and his teeth are shaven down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's sort of a nice guy.
I wonder if he's Barghast.
Is
I think he's
he?
part Barghast.
He's part human, part something else. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
I always feel like Sharp
My
Teeth
first
means
thought
Barghast.
was,
But also he's
ooh.
an Ascendant, so is he really a human being?
Yeah.
Wait, Caladan Brood is an
An
ascendant?
ascendant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good to know.
He's on the same level as Animander Rake.
yeah.
Oh.
I
Because
didn't
remember,
I
all
guess
the
I didn't
Ascendants aren't
realize he
just the
was an
guy,
ascendant.
aren't just like Hood and Shadow Throne and these guys who live in the Warrens. They're like level 20 D&D characters. They're just these super powerful people.
Is there an interesting plot
they
reason
put-
why Caladan Brood is like
Calor is an Ascendant.
not on the same page as Animander Rake? Or is it just like to have tension? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a reason why they were fighting each other?
Who? Caladan Brood and Animander Rake?
Yeah. Like,
They're allied now against the Malazan Empire, and I think there's a sense that they have differences they have put aside to fight the Malazan Empire, and I think probably the more they succeed or the more they try to do different things, the more their alliance is tested because they have every super powerful character sort of has their own goals.
okay.
You didn't care for this?
Well, I just was like, it felt unnecessary
It's
to
not.
have them. So I was like, if there is like a satisfying conflict between them that like will be interesting later on.
In the scope of this book, it is irrelevant. In the scope of the series, it is not really. It
Okay.
just sort of sets up.
But
that,
it will
maybe
be satisfying later.
Caladan Brood and Animander Rake have a relationship that may be contentious and may be allied in some way. That's
Okay.
basically what the idea of this is.
But it won't be for nothing. Like there'll be a payoff here.
Caladan
Sure,
Brood,
yeah.
Caladan Brood will return. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah.
Then I'm
He's
all
got
right.
a big hammer. What do you think
Uh-huh.
about that?
I immediately thought Thor, but then there's no eyebrows, so he's and his
And
shaved
your
teeth.
favorite thing about Thor is his eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, I was like, I can't picture Thor now.
Her whole search history is Chris Hemsworth eyebrows.
Yeah, where-
Is that the right
eyebrow
Hemsworth?
No
surgery.
eyebrows.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Thor. You could also think of King DDD.
King DDD.
Famous characters with hammers. Thor and King DDD.
I was thinking you were talking about his eyebrows. Like, does King DDD have eyebrows?
I think he has really
famous characters
ones.
with eyebrows. King DDD.
Yeah, and then he just happens
Count
to have a
Edward crossed
hammer.
out.
Count Olaf has a unibrow.
From the unfortunate series of events.
Famous eyebrows.
For a second,
Series
I
of
thought
unfortunate events.
Count Olaf was Count Orlok, and I was like, he has a famous Nosferatu has a unibrow?
Famous unibrow. Bald guy, famous
I must have missed
unibrow.
that. I must have missed that.
Does Mr. Game & Watch also have a hammer?
I don't know about that, but I know he has a frying pan.
Oh,
I think he also has a
pan.
hammer, though.
He has a frying
Famous
pan.
characters with hammers and frying pans.
Rapunzel,
He could be on the
Rapunzel,
list.
Rapunzel.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Rapunzel's frying pan.
Co-opted by Mr. Game & Watch.
Yeah, when Mr. Game & Watch culturally appropriated Rapunzel's frying pan, that was horrible.
Yeah, nobody liked
They're
that.
still talking about it on Tumblr.
I mean, I know we don't do episode titles, but that should definitely be what it is.
And this show is about a fantasy series.
But yeah, I love, I think it's tough for me to forget to approach this book as like a first time reader, because when I see Caladan Brood and every time he talks, I'm like, let's fucking go, because I love Caladan Brood. But
I didn't
because
care for him at all.
Well,
so
we talk the
that's
same
good
way about
to know.
Animander Rake, and we love him because we
Yeah.
know everything, but we've had one scene with him, and for us to
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
for you is
Because you guys start
sort of
drooling, and I'm like,
pointless.
oh my God.
What did you think of him, Shelby?
I thought, I was like, oh, he's fine. Like, nothing
Yeah.
particularly inspiring to me. It was one of those things where I'm like, this is another battle I'm going to have to keep track of. God damn it.
No, don't worry about it.
I was not thrilled about that. But
You really never
seems
have to
fine.
keep track of the battles unless the chapter is taking place in the battle.
Yeah,
It's
unless the
seriously
I
battle-
didn't
never
think
unless-
about that. And then
yeah.
all of a sudden there was Pale and there was a huge battle out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I got to start watching these.
Yeah, that's the only time that happens. I
Okay,
think.
good. Thank
The
you.
rest of the battles are like, oh, a battle's happening, and
I
it'll be more clear about you have to care
yeah,
about
for
this.
sure.
When they're talking about battles that you might not ever see, you don't have to worry about that.
Perfect.
I think what I like about Caladan Brood so much is that we've just sort of heard whisperings about this guy, and he's like this crazy warlord, and then he's just kind of like, I don't know, shooting the shit with a bird. You're like, oh,
Mhm.
he's just like a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe I'd like him more if I cared about the bird, but she's just kind of annoying, and I
The
don't
bird
really
was confusing.
care
The
about
scene
her
for
own
that,
plot.
I think, was just genuinely confusing for
The
me.
bird is
Yeah.
working more for Caladan Brood than she is for
Okay,
Animander
which
Rake.
is so that was something I was trying to
Even though
piece
she
together.
lives in Animander Rake's house.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's actually
with the
more-
other birds.
Yeah.
more aligned.
But she's like, the only reason is because you're just a little bit less annoying than I think Animander Rake is. So that's why I'm helping you get dirt on each other.
You're less moody than
and we don't know
Animander
why
Rake.
they're getting dirt on each other. How could a guy with a hammer? I mean, one guy has a flying moon and one guy has a hammer. You know, that seems
But
pretty
if it's
one-sided
the
to me.
invincibility hammer that you get when you play Super Smash Bros. Brawl, that's a big deal.
King
Yeah.
King DDD's hammer.
Yeah, it's invincible.
We meet Calor from our little pre-poem before, and he sucks.
He's tall and weird and annoying.
He's just gray. He
Where's
says,
Calor? He just kind of appears. He's like, yes.
Calor's like, you're going on your horse. People are saying how your horse's legs are short because you're so big when you sit on it. And
he's
Caladan
like,
Brood is like, shut up, man.
Well, and he says he's like,
I thought maybe he was like his servant, so I was.
No.
That's good to know.
He's not
No.
a servant.
he literally says, "Who can argue with a horse? You're not funny, bro."
I am
Shut
bargain.
up.
Yeah, you're older than Tlani Maz and you're still not funny. Give me a break.
And why aren't you rich yet?
He couldn't buy a laugh.
I know we've just recently said you can look at the back of the book, but Calor is under ascendance.
Oh,
He is known as the High King. So
oh my!
go through back there and find some interesting stuff.
I'll have a lot to say next time after I get to read the glossary. So
Yeah.
that's gonna
Who's
be
all
fun.
under the ascendants?
Absalar. It's a long ass list.
Oh, Jesus.
Absalar, Beru, Burn, Caladan Brood, Cotillion, Decembre, Lord of Tragedy, Durek, the Worm of Autumn. We love Durek, the Worm of
I
Autumn.
love worms.
Vanderay, She-Wolf of Winter, Fenner, the Boar, Geterone, Lady of Spring and Rebirth, Geterone of Geterone's Fate, maybe?
Ooh.
The Great Ravens, I guess, are also ascendants.
We know who that is.
Geterone's Fate is the
Hood,
name of the
King
party that's happening in Darujistan.
Mhm.
Oh,
Hood, King of High House Death. Jess, Queen of Weaving. That's huge for the sewing chapter. Calor, the High King.
Her name is Jess?
JHESS.
Oh, Jess.
So it's a fantasy name.
Hey guys, I'm Jessica. I'm the Queen of Weaving.
Does anyone need a blanket
I'm
or a
gonna
shirt?
I think at the end of the podcast, we all get to pick our ascendant.
The one that we're most like.
Favorite ascendant?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Our favorite ascendant and our favorite Warren.
And
I
what our ascendant would be.
choose Starvald at Demelane.
Well, that's a giveaway. That's a cop out.
It has the word star in it. Okay, we got to keep moving.
But yeah, there's lots of people who are ascendants, and we haven't.
So
met
we
most of them.
love Calor. He's kind of a old idiot.
Point me to a person who's not an old idiot. I'm gonna be
Dujek?
honest.
Dujek?
Dujek. Okay,
He's
fine.
old,
He's
but
good.
he's so
He's not
smart
an
because
idiot.
he's gonna lift the army into Apple with the Maranth or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And then they're gonna go to one-eyed cat.
Talk and
like Twin Peaks.
Talk, but yeah, One-Eyed Cat is the One-Eyed Jacks of Gannabarus. Talk and Perrin get to the scene of the fire, and Perrin sees the charred bodies and says, "That's Tattersail." And he's all like,
He's so
"Why
sad.
do they take everything from me? I'm gonna kill that bitch, Lord."
Yeah, he calls her a bitch, and even Talk.
and Talk is like, "Hold on, buddy."
Well, he's so he's so unstable. He's so ungrounded. He's low-key like Anakin Skywalker a little
He
bit.
is.
He's just
Don't
like,
let him near any younglings.
no, literally. He's like, it was her. I fucking hate her. And it's like, okay, you don't actually know what happened, bro. Like, just, it's okay.
She gave you one direction and you got stabbed by a little girl. I don't really know if it's her
and it's
fault.
fun as the
It's
reader
okay.
because you're like, Lauren had nothing to do with it.
No, right?
She was
No.
not there.
Like, you just jump at a conclusion.
I think it's really sad that.
But it was kind of her fault because Taishrin was supposed to get her. She had to go back to Taishrin, and Taishrin is under Lauren's command.
That's true, but it was not that like
I guess
she
they
didn't,
were. I
like,
guess Tattersail was trying to get Tattersail to him so he could
He
kill
could kill
her
her.
because she's the last of the old guard.
Yeah.
So
I think it's really sad that Bellard and Nightchill or Tattersail were hugging.
yeah.
Like he
think
just
that's it.
ran into like this fire and like they embraced each other in one last thing and both burnt up together.
Yeah.
And I think you can read that. She says like she regrets like his burning fury, but they're hugging, and so it's like, was he charging to
Save her?
was he charging to save her? Was he charging to like tackle her to the ground, or was he also trying to kill himself?
Or were they like, embracing because
They were
in this
like
power,
best
I don't know,
friends
something like
embracing
that.
in this
Yeah.
conflagration,
and they
of
knew it was the
power.
end or there was some sort of final thing.
I think it's really sad. And then also from a distance, it looks like gnarled tree branches, but it's two people like with their arms all.
Yeah, one big guy
Yeah, it's
and
sad.
then a woman.
But there's
A
an
beautiful
empty.
scene.
Oh, and also they're sticking out of the ground, like burnt. The grass within like 5 feet is
Yeah,
still
it's-
there, and then it's all like
It's
burnt, and messed
charred.
up.
Yeah, that's
that's
really
weird.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool. And there's a burlap sack on the ground that's
And it's-
empty.
Ripped open.
With
It's-
with baby skeleton feet leading away from it.
So, I can't wait to see
So
what
now there's
that looks
two
like.
weirdos running around.
Yeah. There's, I think, 3.
There-
We know Krupp is one, too.
These are-
And
Krupp's a little skeleton baby, if you really think about it.
I
oh
guess
yeah,
there's 4.
so
There's
Talk
cool.
the Younger isn't a little goblin like
Yes.
you thought he was.
Oh yeah.
I got to
Krupp
see a
is
picture.
a little skeleton baby.
Yeah.
I got to see a picture of Talk the Younger, and it
A
really
picture.
changed my
a
perception.
photograph.
Yeah, they did an
There was
oil
a-
painting.
There was a little date at the bottom. It said 11:39 burn sleep,
Yeah,
like a Kodak.
I saw his Instagram.
You
He's
saw
got-
his
Talk
Instagram.
the
It's
Younger.
pretty
Talk the Younger
moody.
updated his Instagram.
Talk the Younger poetry.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you know
Follow
what,
for daily
if you know, so we follow Talk the Younger through a large part of the series. If you saw his Instagram, you'd be like, "What the hell?"
This guy's been up to some stuff.
he let's say Talk the Younger goes through a lot. We'll just
Oh.
leave it at that.
Well, he lost an eye, and now he's seeing visions.
I think it's interesting. He loses an eye, doesn't know about sight, but is suddenly really intuitive about everybody's feelings and emotions and facial
Mhm.
expressions and stuff. I
And
just
like
think
if
that's
they're
fun.
lying or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
It's-
he's also like the head spy, so you would think he should
Well, he's
be.
not really. He's just the only claw in the city, so he's representing the claw.
And he sort of hates being a claw.
Hmm.
It seems like he's a claw. Well, they talk about his dad, Talk the Elder, and they're like, "Oh, too bad your dad, Talk the Elder, died." And
He says, "Me too."
he says, "Me too," but also maybe
He's
he
not
didn't
dead.
die.
Yeah, he doesn't think he's dead.
Yeah.
"Oh,
I am curious to see if like they are in the same body or if Bellarden is like dead, because there's some soul shifting is implied. And I don't know if you can soul shift two people, but like it would be interesting if it was two people in this skeleton body.
Bellerden is dead.
Yeah, or that the giant died. You know,
guys, they're burnt to a crisp. I think they're all dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Tattersail and Bellerden are dead. I think that's pretty safe to say. But whatever this baby skeleton is,
it's something new.
Tool says something new is born. Oh, well.
It's insane. And then Lauren's like, I'm going to go to sleep. And Tool's like, I think that's a pretty bad, insane idea to just go to sleep right now. And she goes to sleep and she wakes up and he's been standing over her and has his sword like right on her throat and is like, I told you have to be careful.
We have to be more careful.
Yeah, we have to be more careful. And she like has an inner thought. She's like, was he standing there all night? He's got nothing to do. He didn't bring like a Game Boy.
What do you think Tool would be playing on his Game Boy?
Oh,
Mr. Game & Watch.
Pokemon Emerald.
Oh my god.
Pokemon Emerald.
I love Rayquaza, Lauren.
What is?
Do you think Tool wasted his Master Ball on like
on like a Pidgey by accident?
Oh, an Absol. I did that once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Also, I guess it's not implied they say it. I forgot the bird is like, oh yeah, somebody did soul shifting.
Yeah.
So it's confirmed.
Oh yeah, Hairlock. We get a POV from Crone and.
After the really emotional death, maybe not, of burnt bodies, we hard cut to a comedy scene.
Yeah, hilarious.
Hairlock is running in and out of different magical realms, and when he pops back in, he like points his fist at a bird and the bird explodes. And he's just doing that. And Crone shows up to all the birds and they're like, why? Crone's like, just leave.
Yeah.
He's kicking your ass. Just leave.
It's so funny.
And she's like, now I get to figure out what's going on. And then she gets blasted too. And she's like, I got to get out of here.
At first he has a little knife and now he's like cartoon super saining like birds out of the sky across the field going pew, pew, pew.
It's so funny.
What is his plan?
Yeah, like what is he up to?
I mean, think
he's got puppet shit to do.
I'm like a dog and birds are like his two biggest enemies.
I mean, the last time
that's true. He hates big dogs and he hates big birds.
And the last time a rational person talked to him, the last thought they had was like, we might have to kill this guy.
And then they kicked him into a cloud.
But that's all funny. But now, I guess Lauren and Tool see this and are like, what is happening over there? And Tool tells Lauren that whatever it is, Hairlock's using Elder magic, which I think we know is the Warren of Chaos, which I guess is Elder. And Tool talks about a convergence happening where power draws power. Thoughts?
Well, he says,
power draws power. Like
this is a lesson that we never learned, that power draws power, and it's why we ended up in the situation we're in. Lauren is like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's like at the beginning when he's looking for Lorne, he was like, why would a Barghast shaman be down here? And then he's like, oh, that's why. It's because the adjunct was here and there was like the Talani Moss here. And it's like, I just sort of assumed or was like, magic attracts magic and like people with magic can sense magic and it pulls them to where the other magic is.
Yeah. And convergence is a big thing that happens in a lot of the books. That's sort of how all the books are structured, where they all sort of come to it's sort of like, a climax of the story in each of these books. But it's sort of the idea that if, for example, there was an extremely powerful Jagat tyrant trapped in a barrow, a lot of different powerful interests would be interested in how that would go. And so they would all try to do different things. Yeah. And sort of that's what power draws power mean. It's not like a rule of the magic system. It's just like if someone wants something super powerful, there's going to be a lot of powerful people interested in what happens with that thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like what he says at the end too about futility.
I love this.
You should read it, Shelby.
Do you want to read it, Shelby?
Tell me, Tool, what dominates your thoughts? The Amos shrugged before replying. I think of futility, adjunct. Do all Amos think about futility? No, few think at all. Why is that? The Amos leaned his head to one side and regarded her. Because, adjunct, it is futile. Let's get going, Tool. We're wasting time. Yes, adjunct. She climbed into the saddle, wondering how the Amos had met that.
Saying you're wasting time to a guy who stood with a sword pointed at your neck all night.
Okay.
Just to prove a point. You know what? He's got patience, and I think that's good. I think it's good to have patience.
He makes a joke on that page, too. He says something. He's like, was that an attempt at humor?
Yeah, he said it is the Amas whose legacy of ignorance survived the ages. And she's like, is that a joke?
We also learned the fork rule assail understood as well, though they chose another path. What do we think of that?
Yeah, what's the fork rule assail?
I sort of let that one slide by.
Great.
Can you say that slower?
The fork rule assail.
Did what?
Understood as well, though they chose another path.
Oh, is
Guess
that another clan?
they understood. That's another.
That power draws power.
I think it's another elder race.
Oh
so
my
far, we
God.
know the Talani Mas, we know the Jagat, and we know the fork rule assail.
Okay, thank you for confirming that. That's crazy.
I like what he says about futility because, he's like this. He's ancient. He's 3,000 years old.
300,000 years old.
300,000 years old. And it's like, what do you, at a certain point, it's like none of it means anything.
Yeah.
Because you watch empires rise and fall and rise and fall and rise and fall. And it's like, this is just the cyclical nature of life.
It's very
he hangs out
poetic.
with his buddies and does genocide.
I cannot wait to read Tool's poetry. That's all I got to say.
Tool's poetry. Hanging out with Lauren is great. I really like her cool horse. My name is Tool.
I think I made her laugh.
Dear Tool's diary. I made Lauren laugh really hard today. I think I'm going to stand over her with a knife at her throat again.
This time it'll be funny because it'll be a callback to the last time I stood over her throat with a knife. Rule of threes, Tool. Rule of threes. You got to do it a third time.
Tool is studying at like Second City in Chicago. They call this yes and? Okay.
Yeah,
Is this all not futile? I'm like, Tool, no.
You gotta,
Tool.
you got a yes and Tool. Yes and are there jagged in my class? Did a jagged sign up for 301? No, Tool.
Tool, you can't say that stuff. Oh man. All right, so that's that section. I love this. When I first read it, the two moments that were solidified this for me were the Lorne part at dinner and then this at the end with the futility. I'm like, this is funny, but also kind of profound and scary and like, oh my God, what would it be like to be a 300,000-year-old person who can't die and sort of has a tenuous grasp on what they want or can do? Yeah,
my two favorite parts of this book is the ending, actually, and the dinner scene. I think the dinner scene is incredible.
Yeah.
I do like the powerful hug that puts a beam into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's
like a
kind
big Death Star
cool.
laser.
Yeah. I was like, that's a cool image.
Shelby, any called shots for the future?
Any predictions?
The
Other than
book 4 is
Krupp-
called Assassins.
Other than Krupp on the Iron Throne and
The first throne, maybe.
the first throne. That'd be pretty funny.
Krupp in
And-
charge of the Talani Mas.
Now they all have to listen to me.
Could you imagine? I really hope Krupp and Tool have a conversation together. That would be awesome.
that would be crazy.
So I think for the assassin portion of the book, we're going to learn who the other assassins are that are killing the assassins,
Mhm.
which
yeah.
you've alluded
That group of 3?
to is not the Claw. That's so I'm gonna assume it's.
Well, all I said was that we haven't met any Claw that are 6'6" and magical.
Yeah, I don't think. I think you're. I think there's an implication that maybe it's not the Claw. So I'm excited to see what that is. I'm also thinking. Well, I don't have a lot of. I honestly don't know what to expect.
How do you
That's what
imagine
happened.
this book ends?
I think they're going to be at a big party, and I think they're going to awaken this guy
Who's got to be a dragon?
who's got to be.
Oh,
that
that's
would
your
be
called shot? Is it
cool.
the jagged
It's
or
a
dragon?
Yes. I think it's going to be a big giant
Oh.
dragon that comes out of the muck.
That'd be cool.
He's just stuck in the muck like Luke's X-Wing.
Yeah, he's in the muck. They got to get Yoda in there.
Lauren does like a force lift of a jagged tyrant out of the muck.
I think Young Hand is going to forget the coin at home.
Crocus.
Cannot believe you remembered
His last name.
I can't remember his first name.
That is insane.
I can't. The fact that you guys call him Crocus, I can only think of him.
They
as
never
Young
call
Hand.
him Young Hand, though. They say Crocus Young Hand maybe once, and it's the first time he's introduced.
Well, we learned it.
Your
for
mind is a beautiful thing.
We learned for Shelby it's too close to Krupp. That's why she
It's
kept calling him Cruppus last time.
Crumpus.
So I'm just going to refer to him as Young Hand.
Sure.
So Young Hand.
Okay. Call it whatever you want.
That's fine.
I think he's going to forget his coin at home. That's going to be embarrassing.
It's sort of a logistical nightmare more than anything really wrong happening.
I left the fate of the world at home.
You're going to call Krupp. Krupp, can you bring my coin to school?
I put it in the laundry machine.
I have my invitation to the party, but they also seem to be taking one coin from everybody. I left it at home.
And I think the city is gas, so I think everything is going to explode.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then everybody dies and we start fresh in book 2.
That does sort of
And then
seem
it's
like the
over.
kind of thing you would do. What about you, Sarah?
Well, I told you my big 2. I think that Burns' sleep is the jagged tyrant, and I think it's a dragon. I also think at some point Gear is going to eat Hairlock, and that's how he's going to die. Or like, because Quickben was like, he gave me the solution. He was like, oh yeah, Hairlock doesn't even realize he gave me the solution, but he said the name Gear. And I was
Hairlock
like,
said, I hate to be eaten by a dog.
Yeah.
It's my one weakness.
And I was like, so he's gonna get eaten by the dog. And I also think there's gonna be some sort of like either literal or metaphorical explosion in Darujistan on account of the gas, right? Everything's gonna kind of go up, converge, you could say.
Nice.
The one thing on my mind, what happened to Tattersail? Is she gonna be different? Is she gonna be the same? Just in a different body? Who is Quickben?
Is parents still going to want to have sex with her?
Yeah.
If she's
yeah.
a
That's
skeleton
important.
baby.
That's really important.
What's that going to how is that going to impact their relationship?
Their love life.
Are they going to want to have kids? I don't quite know what that's going to look like.
I'm also still, and I don't know, because like we know a little bit of what Tattersail did, right? She did this purging of the sorcery, but she's really tortured, and there's like her past and stuff. So I'm like, so what did she do?
She's filled with a lot of
She
regret.
just feels bad.
Yeah,
So I feel
feels
like
bad.
whatever happened is for the best for her.
Yeah.
I know.
It's
I
the
was
third part. She's like,
I was
no
more
matter
like,
what
it's
happens,
sad that they died, and I was like, I didn't really
she
care
was
for
sort of like,
either
no
of these
matter
characters.
no
so
matter
that's
what
okay.
happens, Tattersail's like, this life needs to be done. I think
Yeah.
because that's sort of the vibe she was putting down.
And I want to know what path Tool meant when he was like, we're on the right path, because I don't think it was like we're going the right way. I think it. And the other thing about that, when he's like, yeah, we're on the right path, I was like, this is interesting because it's complicated, because Adjunct Lorne works for the Empire and we have this Amos, and he's like, we're on the right path. And it's like, but what does that mean? Like, does that mean you're doing the right thing, or you're doing the right thing for yourself?
Or you're on the path that will lead to an outcome that is good for the world.
Right.
And
And
Or
it's
the
like, maybe you have to
Empire.
do bad
Because
things.
now Lauren has sort of landed on whatever she thinks as a person doesn't matter. She just does exactly what the Empress wants her to do.
Yeah. And it's like, maybe it is also true that like you could do bad things and then for a greater good,
I guess I never put this together. To have Lauren and Tool traveling together, in one sense, it's like two people who've like been hollowed out of their purpose and are sort of
Ooh.
driven by forces outside of their control.
Like
So
their
poetic.
identity
Their
as
identities.
this being part of this group.
Yeah, like he's an immortal warrior who like is cursed to do one thing, and now she's this tool of the Empress.
they're both
She's
tools.
a tool.
Yeah, they're both tools.
But that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sad. Well, I think we've reached the end of our show. If you like the show, please drop us a review or send us an email. Nice things only. If you say anything mean about Shelby, I'm going to find you and I'm going to punch you in the head.
I'm going to be mad.
He's going to give you a big hug, and you're going to look like a weird gnarled tree branch or something.
He's going to
Well-
soul shift you into a bone.
A bone?
Just
bone.
one.
Just one
And then feed it
bone.
to his dog.
And that's a fate worse than death, folks.
Just ask Hairlock.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for your support. We'd love to hear from you. Keep on listening, and we'll see you next time on Malazan Maniacs. Oh, is it? Oh, do you want to go, Shelby?
Stay Malazan, you maniacs.
Wow.
Sultry.